Commentators are hot. You already know. Let's go. Welcome back, everyone. We're gonna.
Welcome. We have got Raimsu versus Cynical here, two STL locals.
Is this a Young Link ditto?
Raimsu's been playing Sora mostly lately,
Okay, so.
but I know Cynical bounces between the Pichu and the Young Link, but we will see.
Interesting. Not characters you see quite too often in STL, except for Young Link, obviously. But
Shout out to Tiger Boy.
yeah, shout out to T-Boy. I believe T-Boy is. Was he number 9 or number 10 on the PR?
I think he was 10th.
So yeah, he's barred from entering. But yeah, shout out to T-Boy. However, we're going to get into the game now. I believe game 1 is going to be on Town and City. We're going to see Young Link and Sora. This may be a button check. Yeah, looking like we're going to have a button check here. So both players just making sure that they're...
This is not Ziga versus Raichu.
Yeah, Ziga and Raichu are in the crowd, actually. This is going to be Cynical versus Hey, it's Raimsu.
Well, I think he cut the Hey, it's, so
Yeah,
just Raimsu these
Raimsu
days.
now. Pardon me. We got Raimsu.
We've all met him. He doesn't need to greet anymore.
True. He's established himself. Let's see, though. I think should be an entertaining set to see at the least. Looking like we're going to get some Young Link versus Sora action. If you would have told someone that a couple of years ago, you see Young Link versus Sora, I don't think they would have believed you.
Definitely not.
The wrong player names, yeah. Cynical and Raimsu. And then Ziga and Raichu are in the crowd right now. Okay, looks like we're going to hop into this. So we got Town City, Young Link versus Sora here. So one thing I want to point out right off the bat is, like we mentioned, Raimsu playing Young Link before, right? So he's going to have an idea of what Young Link goes for and what he wants very, very well. So going to look on that, see what special things Raimsu can come up with. But also at the same time, don't forget Cynical, because Cynical is jumping out to an early lead here.
Cynical starting off strong here, getting all these arrow confirms in, but
Fortunately, not going to get the sweet spot there, but looking for the down tilt up air confirms. Try to just play a neutral here, and that is actually, I believe, going to be like one big thing in this matchup in particular, is going to be how well can Sora counter the edge guards, or counter the recoveries from Young Link in particular. Cynical's going to steal out that first stock, though.
Another big thing is going to be Sora's lightweight there, dying pretty early to dash attack from Young Link.
Yeah.
And Young Link himself, pretty lightweight, getting eaten by F Smash at like 100%.
Yep, utilizing the pullback there, especially like on the Sora F Smash. And it's going to be a disjoint, right? So you're not even challenging with your body, so that's going to be Young Link up B any day of the week. So
the Sandaga Lightning Bolt's repelling the bomb there.
Yep, Raimsu actually going for the counter, but Cynical was able to punish it after none of the projectiles ended up hitting Raimsu. Be a ledge trap scenario right here, though.
Raimsu getting caught by the up B out of shield despite not actually landing on Cynical.
Okay, actually having Tether go the other way, but he's still going to recover, so it's all right. For the freeze into up B, but Raimsu is unfortunately not going to be able to connect it.
Raimsu doing a good job of getting these side B mixies on shield. Yeah. Not getting punished for him despite the move being pretty negative.
For sure, like especially that side B into grab mix up, like just showing the amount of confidence that Raimsu has to be able to go for that, especially on Young Link shield of all characters, right?
Hit by the freeze there, but goes for the wrong read. Cynical not mashing as well as Raimsu thought he would.
Yep. Both players kind of, feeling each other out. A few of these reads are whipping, but that's all good because no stocks are being taken quite yet. Raimsu going to do the freeze, trying to go for these up B callouts, but Cynical is just opting to not mash at all.
See no throw kill? No, back throw will kill.
Oh, yep. Shout out to Town City right there. Stage with the smallest side blast zone, so if you have moves that are going to kill people off the side, then Town City is going to be your go-to. Overall, kind of just like nothing crazy going on neutral here. Gonna get the forward smash to see out the stock, but before that, all we're seeing is really like fire arrow and spells, because at that point, like if they can have their projectiles do the work for them. They don't really need to risk putting themselves in the fight, you know what I mean?
I feel like every other stock, this game's kind of switched sides, but so far, Raimsu, pretty nice percent lead here.
Ooh, actually he's gonna fall out of the forward smash there. I'm not sure if that was just seeing forward smash or maybe not doing it fast enough. But Raimsu gonna get the counter and freeze, looking to see off his stock. Unfortunately, that up B has not worked out for Raimsu very much, he said, so I'm curious to see what adaptations he'll make like going forward on that, because that situation allows Cynical to get a lot of like leeway back into this, and now it's looking like a pretty even game.
Cynical being more picky about his approaching times here, sitting back with more arrows, but getting frozen again, able to get out before the up smash destroys him.
Yep, so you see Raimsu change up from the up B to the up smash, but Cynical is still able to make sure that he didn't die to the freeze pressure.
Cynical not expecting the third hit to the side B to really mix up your timings if you don't know how many he's going to do.
Yeah, because one of the mix-ups that Raimsu's been especially good about this game is just using like side B1, side B2, and then side B1, 2, 3, so using all the different kinds. The fact that it's not going to do it, it's going to be good DI by Cynical. Let's see how this last stock situation is going to go.
Raimsu not being able to kill off these freezes here.
Yeah, able to find the freeze, but not usually able to get the kill off of it. However, that's going to be Raimsu taking game 1, because I believe Faraga into dash attack is a true confirm.
Yeah, the Faraga is +8 on shield, so I imagine even more on hit.
Yeah, because if Sora is able to hit you with it, I know he can find other stuff out of it, but you know, Raimsu choosing the dash attack there, that did it. Good adaptation by both players. It was never really a game where one player was too far ahead of the other. They kind of like, every time someone got a lead, the other one just fought back through it. So overall,
that was a seesaw right there. They kept going back and forth throughout the whole game. Game took a while. Both players being pretty patient.
Yeah, because as the damage builds, and especially like in Smash Ultimate as a game overall, it's not exactly like the most, I want to say, interactive game out there. It doesn't really encourage it if you don't have to. So especially when characters have projectiles, they're able to put out pressure away from them. So they're able to just like, here, go here, hitbox. I don't even have to put myself in danger. But we're gonna get game 2 going on to PS2. So yeah, right.
Classic. Nobody starting here today, only becoming a counter pick. Unforeseen here in STL.
Definitely like an interesting change that I would not have foreseen. Gonna get the counter on the Nair, and notice right there how it did like 20%. Sora counter is definitely no joke. So like Raimsu can continue to find those. I think it's gonna bode really well for him. However, right there, notice how before Raimsu was able to get the side B grab, but now Cynical was able to get out of shield. So Cynical is becoming more aware of how like safe and unsafe things are in shield. So gonna look forward to how Raimsu is able to mix that up.
Sora pretty hard to punish out of shield just because of how they can delay and then continue their moves with Nair, Fair, etc.
Yep. Gonna scout out the air dodge there, getting the dash attack, but Raimsu's chilling because he has not lost his stock quite yet.
Obviously no jump, but still able to work its way back, but gets caught by another dash attack at the ledge.
Yep. It's like dash attack for both characters, but a lot of work to set. Unfortunately, Raimsu's going to follow the up B, but Cynical says, here, have another. Going to get the boomerang into forward air, looking like a 68% string. Really good pressure here from Cynical.
Cynical starting off a lot stronger here on PS2. PS2 known as one of Youngling's best stages probably after Smashville.
Gotcha, that's definitely good to know. Okay, so Cynical's going to try to do a regrab scenario, but right there you see the freeze into the up B setup that Raimsu's been looking for this whole time. Going to do an effective job of killing Youngling right there.
Finally gets at that time, and Cynical unable to air dodge his way out, but still having a pretty commanding percent lead on this second stock here.
Yep, and Cynical is finding ways to pressure Raimsu, like right around where he's at. Like you see these counters coming out because Raimsu is expecting to be hit, but you see Cynical placing his projectiles and bombs just outside of like Raimsu's range, basically telling him not to go to specific places.
Sora kind of easy to wall out if you know what they want to do.
Yeah, one of the big weaknesses that Sora has is that he's like not the fastest in the air, he's pretty floaty. So it seems like Cynical is doing a better job exploiting that. However, Raimsu responding back with spells accordingly.
Getting hit by the third side D there, but not really doing too much for him. Still finding himself down Cynical just content to throw his old namesake arrows at him.
Yep. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So Youngling's going to send about 4 or 5 arrows at you. Confirm up the ones that hit. You know, back up if they don't. So I think Raimsu actually doing like one of the big counterplay pieces in the matchup where he can use his sword to basically go through the arrow and hit Youngling too if he gets close enough.
The up smash out of shield getting interrupted by F tilt there probably would have killed Raimsu with how light Sora is and the rage too.
For sure. So it's definitely a scary spot for Raimsu.
Somehow that F tilt whiffing during the counter.
Oh, a little bit of spaghetti there from both players, unfortunately, because there's a grab in the wrong direction, but Raimsu's going to end up sealing it out. Let's see if he can finish making the comeback, or Cynical seal out the game 2, bring it to a game 3 set. Looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. We're going to have a 1-1 set count, you know.
Our first game 3 of the stream so far.
For sure, and both games went down to 1 stock, right? So this is a pretty like even match right here. So going to be interested to see, because like I feel like game 3 is like the test for a lot of people, right? Like you can win the game 1, sometimes you can squeeze out the game 2 too, but when it goes to game 3, right, that's whenever both players have like had a chance to adapt for a game and used it accordingly. So it's going to be like where the big reads and mind games come in, if there will be any.
Ziga, any mid-set coaching you want to do for your fellow Sora main? I have enabled mid-set coaching. It is allowed by Chu.
Mid-set coaching is allowed at the Arcadian, so it's actually like not no bueno thing.
So our other resident Sora main giving some advice to the Raimsu here.
I would give some to Cynical, but to be honest, I don't really know about Youngling like that. So
they're the only 2 Younglings here today, I think.
Yeah. So
but looks like we're going back to town.
We get back into
that
game
I saw
3
for a second.
here. Yep, going back to town. I believe this is where game 1 happened too, so you know, bring it back. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The down throw into forward air confirms.
Raimsu getting some forward air loops there, looking nice.
One thing that's especially good for Sora is whenever he starts doing like the instant double jump loops, he's able to like bring his opponent back to the ground and basically just start it up again. Rather than just getting a 3-hit combo, he can turn it into anywhere from like 3, 5, 7, 9 as well.
Raimsu throwing out a lot of counters there. None of them really worked out. He ended up taking like 40% for a few whiffs there.
Yeah, good on Cynical to like recognize when the counters are coming out, and you know, like just positioning moves and projectiles based on like cutting off where Raimsu wants to go rather than where like exactly where he is. Got a less F scenario here. I do want to say, because of the buffs that is happening with Youngling, he's extra scary like in the corner of the stage, because that forward throw will kill you if you're not ready.
Especially how quick it is. Don't really have time to DI it.
Yeah, but in that same regard, right, like with Raimsu, you also got to be careful like about back throw itself, because if you get back throw in the corner too, you could like your stock could just fly away.
See if you can finish off out of this freeze, but no, Cynical falls out of the up B again and punishes a whip grab with up smash there. That'll take it for sure.
Spot dodge up smash, gonna call out that grab there, and then we got the back air 1 to up B. Anything else? No. Unfortunately, going to drop the combo there, but you know, 30% is 30%.
Cynical getting a lot out of these upbees today. That one does not work for him though, as I say it.
That third up B, Raimsu is going to be able to, you know, avoid it and punish it with F smash accordingly. Pretty much like a high risk, high reward move from Youngling.
Raimsu looking to bring this back. Doing a good job so far maintaining stage control.
Yep, Raimsu actually picking the perfect time to challenge with his disjoint, but that was a really good patient recovery by Cynical, because Raimsu jumped out there on counter, but Cynical was able to just like waltz past him.
Not getting punished for that F smash. Not really much Youngling could have done there. Maybe like a turnaround jump there or something, but.
Oh, Cynical coming out with the fire arrow ladder. You already know.
Raimsu stuck at the ledge right now. Walls of projectiles, but getting a lot of work out of these side Bs and not getting punished for them either.
Yeah, Raimsu going to be able to position just outside the down smash at that point. Cynical not being able to get the punish there, but he's still in the percent lead right now. He's going to punish that with the forward smash on shield with the up smash out of shield. The one thing about Sora that you got to know as well is he's not too heavy of a character, so those kill moves, they're going to work on him.
One thing I'm noticing out of Cynical is anytime he's killed Raimsu, he throws a bomb on the respawn platform just for BM.
Oh, fair.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. Definitely some characters have like their own little thing they can do in between like respawn platform itself. Getting the fire arrow to dash attack, right? You don't need too fancy of a confirm. You just want to keep like positional advantage. Raimsu, however, going to get the counter. Notice like that counter is no joke. It almost kills from that far away. Raimsu in a bad spot, but he's not out of it yet. Going to get the counter on the fire arrow, but either way, he's got to find the stock soon so he can end up like bringing things back. And just as I say that, he's able to find it with the up air. So this is like closer of a game than previously thought.
All three of these games have been close. All three have been last stock situations here, but Raimsu in a pretty big percent deficit here.
Actually going to be able to air dodge out of down to the up air. Maybe a bit of a flub from Cynical. However, he's going to reset with a jab into the bomb down air. It's not going to find its mark though. That boomerang, going to try to go for the fair there. It's not going to find it. Go for the down air right there. That move will seal the deal if it hits, but the most important part is it hitting. Forward throw is going to send him into a bad spot, but it's not going to do it yet.
Obviously getting hit by the bomb. Looks like on purpose, so he doesn't have to burn his jump early, but finds his way back to the stage. It's almost at 200%. Forward throw.
Yeah, and that forward throw is going to do it. And Cynical's going to seal it out 2-1.
Sora super light there.
All around. Yeah, Sora is pretty light there, so especially with the Youngling forward throw buffs, there's no way that doesn't seal it out. So we got Cynical moving on. Raimsu's going to drop down, but you know, Raimsu could make the run. Don't sleep, don't sleep. Well, players going to walk off the stage here, and I believe next we're going to have Ziga and Raimsu.
So you're Raimsu. Feels pretty early to have already here in the bracket.
Yeah, Ziga and Raimsu, like two prominent players in the scene.
I guess that the bracket's moving along pretty well. It wouldn't be that surprising.
Yeah.
I think we're already starting some round 3 stuff. Oh yeah.
Any like upsets? Any spicy?
Spicy upsets. Not in this wave.
I'm gonna point out some good sets. We got Reyes Hylian going on. We got Ziga Raimsu on stream right here. We got Coop and DL too. So some good sets going on off stream.
So no real upsets on the B side. Everything kind of according to plan. But yeah, we're already in round 3, almost top 16-ish area.
Yeah. So then I'll probably this will probably be my last set commentating personally. We'll just switch it up because I think we're
just till later.
Yeah, we're gonna be back for top 8, so we gotta, you know, keep the commentary fresh. Save our beautiful voices for later.
So Ziga Raimsu, not sure who Raimsu's going to use. Ziga, you know, Meta Knight.